Hi, I'm Joan London. Managing diabetes can be complicated, even confusing, especially when you're first diagnosed. Working with a certified diabetes educator is really the best way to get the support that you need. Joining us is Christina Mackey, a certified diabetes educator, and Dr. Ann Albright, director of the CDC's Division of Diabetes Translation. You know, Ann, it just seems like it must be kind of overwhelming to a person to first get that diagnosis because you really do have to learn to manage it, right?
It's critical. It's like buying a new device, and you need to have some instructions. Otherwise, you're flying in the dark. So getting diabetes self-management education and support is at the heart of good care.
So how do you go about working with patients?
So my goal with patients is to meet them where they are. I learned that very young when I started working in a public hospital. I had 70-year-olds, I had 30-year-olds, I had people of all ages in one room. Some people didn't speak English. So I had to speak food because that was a common language that everyone could get, and I used a lot of visuals. And from there, I really developed an approach to make people start feeling comfortable with this thing that they didn't ask for, but that they felt in better control of after a certain number of classes and workshops with me.
Are you also there to say, yeah, we're gonna figure out how to manage this, but you're still gonna be able to live your life okay?
Absolutely, you're still a person. You know, you're now a person with diabetes. Diabetes is not who you are.
All right, so this is like kind of the human touch, right? That's so important.
Yes, diabetes is very personal. There are millions of people in the country with diabetes and pre-diabetes, but each with diabetes has to find their journey and to be as successful as possible. And diabetes self-management education is critical to having an enjoyable and full journey with diabetes.
All right, well, I thank you both. So if you want to get more information on diabetes self-management education and find an educator like Christina, log on to cdc.gov/diabetestv. We'll see you next time. I'm Joan London.
Sponsored by NACDD with support from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Visit cdc.gov/diabetestv.